What if I told you that this business is making millions of dollars and I just copied the entire app in just 15 minutes without writing a single line of code? And what if I told you that businesses like this are paying $10,000 for apps exactly like this one? In this video, I'm about to show you how you can build and sell apps to businesses. I'm going to show you how I discovered a way to copy Zillow's proven business model, turn it into a services app for local businesses, and create something that has serious market value. And the best part, no coding required at all whatsoever. Because most people think that you need years of coding experience to build professional apps. But there's one AI coding tool that's completely changed the game right now, and it can replicate features from million-dollar platforms in just minutes. And here's what's even crazier. While everyone else is struggling to learn code, smart entrepreneurs like you and I are using AI to build and sell high-value apps to businesses who desperately need them. So today, I'm gonna walk you through my exact 15-minute process. You're gonna see how I identified this proven model, how AI cloned their core features, and most importantly, how you can also turn this into a service that businesses will pay premium prices for. So let's go ahead and dive right in. The AI tool that will take care of everything for us today in this video is Rocket.new. I added a special link in the description below so you can go ahead and check it out for yourself too. Every great app starts with a solid foundation, and for this build, we're kicking things off with the basics. Since this is going to be a real estate app with social features, we need a clean layout that gives us all the core sections right up front. Think of it as setting the stage before we start layering in more advanced functionality. And again, we're going to be using Rocket.new to move fast here. And the best part is that you keep full control. Because unlike other platforms that lock you in, you own your own code completely, as it should be, right? Download it, modify it, host it anywhere. Even if you cancel your subscription, your apps and your code remain yours forever. All right, ownership secured. It's time to lay down the foundation. So here's the exact prompt I'm going to send to Rocket. Hey Rocket, let's build an awesome real estate app. For starters, please create the app's foundational design with the corresponding sections for dashboard, searching for real estate, account, user account, community. Please build these sections first with mock-up data. Now, before continuing on, an important disclaimer here, because building apps and making money both online are not easy, despite what other YouTubers might be saying. So when I show you how to build an app, for example, I'm demonstrating two things, the technical process and the potential. I am not guaranteeing your results. Now, these AI tools, they are legit, and as you'll see in this video, the techniques do work, but success depends on your execution, your timing, and honestly, a good chunk of luck. And most apps don't make money immediately anyway, and most don't make money at all. So I'm not promising that you're gonna get rich quick after this 15-minute video or that you quit your job. Do not do that. This isn't financial advice or a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm just showing you what's possible with these tools, and then what you do with that knowledge is entirely up to you. All right, with those expectations set, let's continue building this app out. As you can see here, Rocket responds to us by giving us a baseline design. And we now have the dashboard, search, account, and community sections all set up with mock data. It's simple, it's clean, and it acts as the sort of blueprint we're gonna expand on in the next step. So let's go ahead and check it out together. You can see here that the UI is already looking pretty sleek with clear sections, though some placeholders are still in place. And if I click through, the navigation works, but there are some inconsistencies. It happens. In certain sections, the nav bar disappears, and that's something we're going to refine as we go along. But for now, the groundwork is solidly set, and we're ready to start building on top of all of this. Okay, so since we already have the core layout in place, our next step is to just polish things up. And right now, the spacing does feel a little off to me. Some parts look cluttered, and the nav bar again disappears whenever we switch sections, which does break the flow. A smoother interface and consistent navigation are key if we do want this to feel like a proper app experience. So I'm just gonna pass on to Rocket this exact prompt. Great job, but now please improve the AI. Make the nav bar a separate element. It should always be on top and should not manually be placed inside a section. Also, please improve the UI spacing. A lot of the parts feel too cluttered. Some elements were overlapping. Lastly, please create an alternative dark mode theme button and just revamp the entire UI overall to make it look better. Okay, so after Rocket processes that update, our app's UI, as you can see here, is now so much better. The nav bar is fixed as a global element, so it stays consistent across every page. The spacing has also been reworked, removing all the overlaps and the clutter. And to top things off, we now have a dark mode toggle because why not? Overall, the app looks sharper and it is more professional than it was before. However, if you're starting from, say, a custom design, Rocket.new takes things even a step further. All you have to do is just, say, upload your Figma file and it converts it into working code with pixel perfect accuracy. So there's no more handoff delays or those "it doesn't look like the design" kind of complaints you might get, because what you create is exactly what you'll see in the app. All right, so let's take a quick look at the changes. Now the layout here is now a lot more balanced. The nav bar stays exactly where it should, and then switching to dark mode gives the whole app a modern alternative look. Now, these fixes do tighten up the app and they do give us a much cleaner base to build on for the next few features. And what's even cooler is that if anything breaks along the way, that's totally okay because Rocket detects the error automatically and then offers to fix it for us. There's no debugging skills required. It's just hit fix it, and then the AI handles the rest. Easy peasy. When people are looking for, say, a new home, they don't just want photos or descriptions. They want to know exactly where that place is and what's around it. That's why maps are such a critical piece of a real estate app. And without them, we're really missing half the story. So let's go ahead and drop this prompt straight into Rocket. Hey Rocket, please integrate Google Maps for our app. The page is in the property details, and the section is the location and the neighborhood. When View Full Map is clicked, open Google Maps, showing the exact location based on the defined address. Implement Google Apps using the API key, insert key here. And lastly, please ensure that the map centers on the specific address and displays a marker or pin at that location. Now, we have to make this work. And I'm gonna grab the API key from the Google Cloud Console here, and then I'm just gonna drop it straight into the prompt. And Rocket just takes things from there, wiring up Google Maps directly inside the property details page. And the map now centers on the correct address, places a pin to mark the property, and expands into a full map view when it is clicked. So let's go ahead and check it out in action. I'll run a quick search for, say, Amsterdam, and the results show up with their corresponding spots on the map. And the map itself is interactive, so I can move it around and then also see listings spread across the area. It's a clean, functional integration that instantly makes the app a lot more practical and user-friendly. One thing every serious real estate app needs is a way to go beyond just browsing, because users don't just want to see listings. They want to compare options side by side and understand the bigger market picture before making decisions. So what we need here is advanced analysis and comparison tools, and that's exactly what we're going to build next. So to do that, I'm going to pass Rocket this exact prompt. Great job, Rocket. Now please expand the features we have for our app. Please add the ability for users to compare homes and properties and add some market analysis tools. From here, the app gains an advanced market analytics section and property comparison options, helping users make smarter decisions. This means users can now pull up listings side by side to weigh differences a lot more clearly, while also checking out broader market trends to see how prices and availability might be shifting. Now I'm going to go ahead and walk you through it, and I'll open up a property and check out its details. Then here, I'm gonna switch over to the real estate market trends section to see the analytics. And from there, I'm gonna go ahead and pick a couple of listings to compare, for example, and the app lays out the information neatly so I can evaluate them against each other. And with these upgrades, our app turns into more than just a browsing tool, it's now a decision-making platform. All right, now it's time for our first real preview. So I'm gonna take you through the app and I'll just scroll around so we can see how everything is coming together right now at this point. And each section, as you can see here, is starting to take shape. And even though a few areas are still a little empty, that's totally okay because those features, we're gonna be working on them a little bit later in the build. What matters right now is that the structure feels solid and that the core parts are already working. So before we end this preview, I'm gonna try to say, pull up the market analysis feature here. I'm gonna try out the property comparison tool, and then I'm gonna flip on dark mode just to show how clean it looks in both styles. And for me, it's starting to look like a real app now, and this only proves it isn't a mock demo. It's production-ready code, really, running natively. And while others struggle with building mobile apps, Rocket.new generates Flutter apps that work seamlessly across iOS and Android with real native performance. So it's not just a stretched, responsive kind of website or web app. It also provides a ready back-end frame, so you can choose whether to build a web app, a mobile app, or maybe an internal tool without having to reinvent the scaffolding. But if you do want a head start or maybe save yourself a little bit of time, there are optimized templates available as well, including this one, an affiliate marketing landing page tuned for conversions. And this one can really help you launch faster and save up on some credits too. Okay, so a real estate app isn't really complete until people can create their own accounts and save their progress, right? So that's why in this next step, we're gonna go ahead and get a proper login and sign up system running. And for that, we're going to integrate Supabase. Now, what I want to happen here is that our users will have their own accounts, of course, have their own data, and a way to come back anytime without losing anything. So let's go ahead and tell Rocket this. Great job, Rocket. Now please create sign up and login pages as well as integrate Supabase in our app. And the app is now updated with Supabase integration, bringing in account creation and secure login as part of our workflow. And we now have dedicated login and sign up pages that connect to the database so that our user accounts are handled securely. Of course, it's time to test this out. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a new account here, log in, and as you can see that I'm successfully inside the app now. And from this point on, users can sign up, sign in, and keep everything tied to their personal account, which does make the app more like a finished product. One of the most valuable things we can add to this app is a way to keep users in the loop without them having to constantly check the app. So say, imagine that you like a property and it suddenly starts blowing up with interest, of course. Of course, you'd want to know right away, right? So we need to add notifications here, and we're going to set that up using resend. But before anything else, we need to make sure that resend is working. So first, I'm gonna head on over and generate a new API key. And once that's ready, copy it, jump back into Rocket's integration settings, and then select resend from this list. And from there, it's just a matter of pasting the key in, saving the setup, and then continuing with the prompt so that the feature is fully connected. And for that, here's the exact prompt we're gonna go ahead and give to Rocket. Great job, Rocket. Now please integrate resend in our application. I already placed the API key in the integrations panel. Please build a bidding war warnings feature, whereas a notification alert will be sent to the user whenever a property that they liked gets high interest. Multiple views, similar properties, selling fast, multiple likes, etc. Rocket connects the app now with resend and then sets up the notification system for us. And from this point on, anytime a property gets a lot of traction, users who liked it will receive an email alert, keeping you and me and them updated without having to lift a finger. All right, so we have to make sure this one works, right? So let's start with an account called John Tests, for example, and then let's like a property here. Then I'll switch to a different account, and then I'm gonna like the same property again, showing some interest. After that, we can head on over to the John Tests Gmail inbox, and sure enough, looky here, there's an email from Resend saying that the property is gaining traction. Now, to wrap things up, let's go ahead and check the Resend dashboard and confirm that the emails were sent indeed successfully. And now that ties the whole loop together and shows the notification system doing exactly what we built it to do. Now, the next thing I want to add is something that really makes the app stand out: a built-in AI assistant, of course. So think of it like having your own property agent on demand, someone you can ask about listings without ever having to leave the app. Now, for that to come to life, we're going to hook up OpenAI and then give it a dedicated space right here on the dashboard. So here's the instruction I'm pretty much lining up for Rocket. You can copy it too. Great job, Rocket. Now let's integrate OpenAI for our application. Let's build our Premier agent. I already added the API key in the integrations panel. Please create a new section where the user can chat with our AI chatbot about property listings in our application. After Rocket finishes running, there's a new section here now called AI Property Assistant. So let's go ahead and try to get into it. Let's go ahead and type out a question asking what the cheapest property is. And after a moment, the assistant comes back to me with a clear answer. And since we're all real humans here, I am not an AI avatar, let's go ahead and follow it up with a quick thanks, and it responds right back. Smooth, quick, and exactly how you'd expect a digital property agent to feel. Right now, I want to take the app beyond just browsing and chatting about properties. Because if this is really going to feel like a full real estate platform, it should also support our users when they're actually making those big decisions like buying, financing, or making offers. So our next step is to build out a dedicated buyer services feature. And this section here is where people can explore options that make purchasing or renting a property a lot easier. And to accomplish all of that, let's go ahead and tell Rocket, awesome job, now let's continue building. Please expand the app by creating some buyer services for the user. Please give them an option to choose between cash offers from Opendoor and expand our AI chatbot's ability to assist the user with their acquisition. Furthermore, please expand the options for acquiring properties by adding mortgage and financing services. And with that, once Rocket finishes building, our app has a brand new buyer services section ready to go. And inside, there are options for Opendoor cash offers, financing, and mortgage services, plus expanded AI support to help guide our users through the whole acquisition process. So let's go ahead and jump into the showcase now. I'm gonna head straight on over to the Buyer Services tab here. And after opening it up, you can see the new layout with quick access to AI recommendations, the AI chat assistants, and the area where users can explore cash offer options. Now, it's the first step toward making the app feel less like just a browsing tool and more like a full service platform. Since we've already laid the groundwork for buyer services, it's now time to push things just a little bit further. Because a real estate app isn't just about viewing listings, it's really about connecting people and giving buyers the insights that they need to make smart decisions. Now, what I want to accomplish here is to add ways for our users to actually contact sellers directly through the app, along with a deeper market analysis feature inside the buyer services section. Now, here's the exact prompt I'm going to send to Rocket. Great job, Rocket. Now let's expand the buyer aspect further by allowing users to connect to individuals so they can connect them with regards to the property in their listings. This means our property listings should include profiles from sellers. Also, lastly, please add a dedicated section for market analysis in the buyer services section. And after that prompt, Rocket will deliver the update. As you can see here, all the property listings now come with seller profiles and a contact option, making it easy for buyers to reach out directly instead of relying on other outside platforms. Now, apart from that, a brand new market analysis section appears under buyer services, and this gives users a space to dive into trends and pricing and property insights. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through this update. So first, let's go through a property listing and highlight the new connect and contact options tied to the seller profile. Then let's head on over to the buyer services section again, where the expanded market analysis section is waiting. And it's packed with tools that make the buying process a lot more informed and connected. All right, so for the final feature, of course, we're gonna set up rental services so the app isn't just for buyers, but also supports property owners and renters. Now, this means creating tools that help manage listings, screen tenants, and even handle things like leases and rent collection. Now, we are turning the app into a full real estate platform that works across both buying and renting. All right, and to accomplish all of that, now for Rocket, here's its next prompt. Great job, Rocket. Now lastly, please build the rental services feature next. Similar to the buyer services section, please create one for rental services, namely the following. Rental Manager, free property management tool that allows users to list rental properties, screen tenants, and create leases, collect rent. The Rental Network. This feature offers 3 property management solutions for rental property owners, and expand the search option to show rental options as well. And with that prompt, Rocket delivers a dedicated section for renters. The placeholder community tab we had earlier is now replaced with a new services page that brings both buyer and rental services together in one place. And inside, as you can see, the layout is clean and it's practical with widgets and options for everything that we might need. So let's go ahead and check out that rental network hub. And you can see here, it now shows up with different plans available for property owners. After that, I'll head into the property management flow, listing a property, filling in the details, and walking through the tenant screening process step by step. Now, by the time this step is complete, now the app isn't just showing properties anymore. It's doing a lot more now. It's providing the actual tools to manage them. Okay, so every good app hits that point where you've got to decide what's free and what's worth paying for. And that's exactly where we are right now. So if someone's using the app and they're loving it and we want to give them a clean, professional way to upgrade without having to jump through a bunch of hoops, this is what we're going to do next, because Stripe handles the checkout behind the scenes. So all it takes is a simple tap on upgrade and the subscription process becomes seamless. So let's send this over to Rocket to make all of that happen. Great job, Rocket. Now lastly, please create a new section called Upgrade. In this section, please add details of the app's premium version and the cost of $4.99. Please integrate Stripe for the checkout process. When the user clicks the upgrade button, make sure it redirects to the Stripe checkout page to complete the transaction. Okay, so before running it, I'm gonna head on over to my Stripe first, grab my publishable and secret keys, and then just drop them into Rocket's integration panel. And once I've set all of that up, Rocket can now build the upgrade section for me with the premium details, and it links everything up to Stripe. So when Rocket.new adds Stripe payments or Supabase authentication, for example, it really isn't just placeholder code, it's production-ready functionality that actually works. So all you gotta do is connect your apps and then start processing real payments right away. Now, what we have here, as you can see, is a clean, fully functional upgrade system. There's a dedicated upgrade page and it's complete with pricing and benefits. And here, the checkout button takes you straight into Stripe's secure payment flow. After completing a transaction, the app confirms the subscription and instantly unlocks premium access for us. And our profile also updates to show premium status, proving that everything's working just as it should. And that's the entire build. And we just went from zero to a feature-packed real estate platform and a handful of prompts. We had no big team, no endless coding hours, just smart tools and a bit of creativity. Now, what's wild is that every step we added, from Google Maps to AI chat to Stripe checkout, it wasn't months of work. It was just stacking smart prompts until the app started feeling real. And that's the whole point here. You don't need to wait until you have the perfect plan to start. You just build, you just test, and then you keep on layering in. So now it's your turn. I want you to take my prompts, I want you to spin them into your own project, and then see how far you can push it. And maybe you'll expand it into a rental marketplace, or maybe you'll turn it into something completely different. Either way, win-win. The fastest way to learn is to actually build. Now, if you found this walkthrough helpful, please do make sure you subscribe to my channel. It really does help me out, and so you don't miss the next build. Thanks for hanging out with me today and spending your time with me. I'll definitely see you in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in the next video.